Welcome back students to the chapter Haloalkanes and Haloarenes, and we were discussing about preparation of haloalkanes and haloarenes. Adile we have already completed the preparation of haloalkanes from alcohols. Alcoholsil ninnu enganeyanu haloalkanes prepare cheyanullathu we have completed. Next we are going into the preparation of haloalkanes from alkanes and haloarenes from arenes. Clear. So in the next part we will concentrate more on this, how to prepare haloalkanes from alkanes, that is from hydrocarbons. So that is the topic, preparation of haloalkanes and haloarenes from hydrocarbons, and in this part we will specifically concentrate on the preparation of haloalkanes from hydrocarbons. Okay, so preparation of alkanes from means preparation of haloalkanes from hydrocarbons means I have to substitute H with X, and in the case of aromatic hydrocarbon it is again in the aromatic ring I have to substitute one H with X. So the question is, what are the ingredients in both the cases? So in the case of aliphatic aliphatic halogen substitute compounds or haloalkanes, there is one method for that, that is called free radical halogenation. And in the case of aromatic substitution, here we have two methods. One is electrophilic substitution of aromatic ring and the other one is Sand-Meyer's reaction. So we have, in the case of conversion of or substitution of alkane into haloalkane, we have one method, that is free radical halogenation, and in the case of substitution of aromatic ring we have two methods, that is electrophilic substitution and the other one is the Sand-Meyer's reaction. So in this part we will see about free radical halogenation. So again, as I said, the name of the reaction is free radical halogenation. So first of all I will explain why is it called free radical halogenation. Because the intermediates formed here are free radicals. So what are free radicals? To understand this, first we will look into the reaction. So this is the reaction. I have propane here. So there is one propane here, and into the propane I am adding halogen. Which are the halogens that I can add? Chlorine and bromine. So if I am adding chlorine and bromine, if it is in the dark it is fine, there will be no reaction. But if I am exposing that to the sunlight or if I am heating it, so another possibility is heating it. So I will write it here, or you just heat it. Sometimes it is given, instead of UV light they might have given like this, H nu. H mu means what? This is Planck's quantum, isn't it? You remember it, I think. So it is photon. Clear. So Planck's quantum packets of energy called quanta, and this is the energy associated with that packet of energy, H nu. So on this on this arrow, either you can write UV light or you can write H nu or you can write heat. What is required is the energy. So if you are supplying energy in the form of light or heat, what happens? Here you can see X2 will start to substitute H as shown here. So if you are looking into the product, there is substitution for one molecule substitution on the secondary carbon and for other molecules substitution on the primary carbon. Clear. So substitution takes place. It can happen for both for chlorine and bromine. So the question is, why it is called free radical? Because when you are doing this reaction, what is happening is that, for instance, I am taking two bonds that will change in this reaction. For example, one bond that is broken is this one. Another bond broken is XX bond. So one CH bond will be broken to give this product, and at the same time XX bond will be broken. So how this is broken? This is broken like this. So X will, in the presence of sunlight, it will give its electron to X. So this is a shared pair of electron, isn't it? So this is a shared pair of electron where one electron is coming from X and the other electron is coming from X. Clear? So I will write it down again little bit bigger. So I have X and X. So there is a pair of electron in this bond, isn't it? So one electron, the pair of electron, one electron is actually from this X and one electron is from this X. Clear? So what happens is that during the reaction, during the presence of sunlight, this half electron will go back into X. So that's why I'm writing only half arrow to show that there is only one electron going to this X and the other half will go back into this X. So what happened? I will get X with an electron extra. Extra means one electron that is ready to react. Such a species with odd electrons. So now it has only 7 electrons. Odd electron is called free radical. Now what he does is he moves slowly onto this bond and he will take away this H from here. How he will take away? So H will receive half electron from here, C will receive half electron from here. So H in that process will form free radical. Now these two free radicals will combine to form HX. So we have another free radical here, that is H, isn't it? So among the X2, one free radical has taken H, the other free radical will move and combine with C. So this is why it is called free radical mechanism. I can repeat it again. I will tell you what is free radical. It is actually not there for you to study, but for your understanding I'm telling this. Like I have two bonds, CH bond, this has to be replaced by X. So I have X. Clear? So this bond is splitted into half and each one will take one electron and thus we have two free radicals, X and X. Now what happens is this X will initiate the splitting of this bond in the same way. Clear? Now what happens is here now I have a free radical and here I have a free radical. Now one X free radical will go with him and the other will go with H. Thus we will have CX, this is our desired bond, and byproduct will be X. So in this way he will attack, in the same way, free radical way, he will attack the secondary carbon and also he will attack the primary carbon. Clear, I guess. So if it is not given in my slide, what I have just written is not given in my slide. If you have difficulty in following it, you just pause the video and try to draw what I have drawn in here in the slide. So different ways you can represent this mechanism. This is one way of representing it. So both bond will be split into two. That means each atom will take their own electron, and similar is the case this once when this free radical is formed, he will go and does the same here. He will influence in doing the same. They will also form free radical and they will get the free radicals will combine to get CX and HX. Clear? So this is free radical mechanism. So if you are looking into the class 11 textbook, NCERT textbook, you will see this mechanism explained there. Okay, so what happens? Each X, so one X2 will go and he will go to the secondary carbon and he will does the same. So one X is substituted here, one HX will be formed, which is not written here, but actually one HX will be formed. The next X2 will go and it will influence the primary carbon atom. Now, will it stop? No, it will not stop. He will go to this carbon atom again, to this species again, and he will start substituting here. this carbon, he will start removing this hydrogen, then he will start removing all the hydrogens, which means that you will get polyhalogenated compound, polyhalo compounds, polyhaloalkanes in this case. So this is just one product. You will have many such apart from this monohaloalkanes. This is one monohaloalkane. This is another monohalo. These are the only monohaloalkanes that will be formed. Clear? And there will be also polyhaloalkanes. Clear? So if you are exposing to sunlight for a quite long time, there will be more haloalkanes, that is polyhaloalkanes. But if you are restricting the exposure to a particular period, then you may get monohaloalkanes as major product. But if you are prolongating this exposure to sunlight or heat, what happens? You will get more and more polyhalogen substituted compounds. So again, in the free radical halogenation, X will attack all possible positions of carbon. So first what we will get is mono-substituted haloalkanes. Clear? Mono-substituted haloalkanes. And if you are keeping it for quite some time, then what happens is polyhalo. Every carbon gets started substituting. So we will get polyhaloalkanes. And we will continue. Only monohaloalkanes are shown above and are the main products. They are the main products. Product formed will be a mixture of all possible polyhaloalkanes. This is what I am telling. If you are exposing for quite some time, then what happens? You will get a mixture of all possible polyhaloalkanes. More the exposure to light, more substitution will take place and give many polyhaloalkanes. So this is about free radical halogenation. Clear? Now let us look into one of the special compound. So we have learned this compound. It is called a neopentane with 5 carbon atom, and its trivial name is neopentane. What is its common name? IUPAC name. IUPAC name endana. So if you are numbering it, it is the second carbon atom. So it is 2,2-dimethyl propane, isn't it? 2,2-dimethyl propane. So if I am doing free radical halogenation for this compound, as I said, മുമ്പത്തെ സ്ലൈഡിൽ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ ഇവിടെ mono-substituted haloalkane as well as poly-substituted haloalkanes will be formed. ഒരു സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻ മാത്രം നടക്കുക, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പോളി സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻ നടക്കുക, അങ്ങനെ പലതരത്തിലുള്ള കോമ്പൗണ്ട്സ് ഫോം ചെയ്യും. But the peculiarity is that in this compound you will get only one mono-substituted or monochlorinated compound. ഒരു സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷനുള്ള ഒരേ ഒരു കോമ്പൗണ്ട് നമുക്ക് കിട്ടുള്ളൂ. Let us see. If I am substituting, if X is getting substituted here, what will be the compound? ഈ Hന് പകരം X വരികയാണെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കാം. So what are the different possibilities? ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു കോമ്പൗണ്ട് ഉണ്ടെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇതിൽ ഒരു X ഒരു പ്രാവശ്യം മാത്രം സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് നടക്കുന്ന കോമ്പൗണ്ടുകളാണ് ഞാൻ ആദ്യം നോക്കുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഒരു X വന്നു എന്ന് വിചാരിക്കാം. So let us see. So instead of this, there is 2 and 1 X is attached. Let's assume like that. Clear? So what is its name? Its name is 1. So imagine that this is chlorine, 1 chloro, 2,2-dimethyl, 1 chloro, 2,2-dimethyl propane, isn't it? So this is that compound, or neopentyl chloride. This is the IUPAC name. So we will go for this is the trivial name, neopentyl chloride, but we will go for the IUPAC, 1 chloro, 2,2-dimethyl propane. So this is one type of substitution. Let's assume that substitution is taking place here, not here. So another possible mono substitution is on here, and let's assume that this substitution is taking place here. So here Cl, instead of this is 2. What is the name of this compound? it is again 1 chloro 2 dimethyl, so which means that it is the same compound. So if it is getting substituted any other carbon atom, it is again the same compound, which means that here the mono substitute compound is only one. In the previous slide we have seen that there are two types of mono substitute compound, but here there will be only one type of mono substitute compound. So that neopentane or 2,2-dimethyl propane. So let us see, in the case of neopentane there will be only one monochloride as the product. So monochloride means one substitution. But if you are exposing for quite some time, there will be polychlorides. So if you are doing that, you will get this compound. If this is changing the carbon, if it is substitution is happening here, it is the same compound. If substitution, it is the same compound. If it is substituting here, it is the same compound. So this is the only product that is formed as a monochloride. Clear? As a monochloride. But if you are exposing it for quite some time, it will get substituting here, everywhere, and it is called polychlorides. Polychloro, whatever the parent name is, it will get that name. Okay. However, there will be many polyhalopendanes of various combinations. Clear? So when it comes to monochloride, neopentane will give only one substitution, or one compound with a single substitution. Okay, so next is a question is identify all the possible monochlorostructural isomers expected to be formed on free radical monochlorination. Okay, all possible monochlorostructural isomers. So on free radical monochlorination, I have to identify monochlorostructural isomers of this compound. So first of all, let us try to draw the structure of this compound. So it will look like this. CH3, CH, on the CH we have two CH3 groups, that is given here, CH2, CH3. So what will be the name of this compound? If I am numbering, I can number it from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the second carbon atom I have a chain. So what are the different possible monochloro substituted compounds from this compound? Monochloro substituted alkanes, different possible. So if the substitute is taking on this, I will get one. If substitute is taking on this, I will get another isomer. If it is taking on this, I will get a third isomer. If it is taking on this, I am getting 4 isomer. And if it is taking on this substitution, it is the same as taking here, isn't it? So I have 4 different possibilities. So I will first identify that 4 different possibilities. If substitution is taking place on the first carbon, it will be like this. If substitution is taking place on the second carbon, it will be like this. So we have another compound, on third we have another compound, and fourth we will have entirely new compound. But for this, if it is taking substitution on this, it will be like the same compound formed by the substitution this carbon. So let us see those substitutions. So here substitution is taking on the first carbon. Clear? What is the name of the compound? So I will start numbering from here, 1 chloro 2 methyl butane. Clear? And if the substitution is taking place on the second carbon, then it will be 2 chloro 2 methyl butane. So if you have forgotten the naming, IUPAC naming, it's a chance for you to do that. Try to do by yourself and recollect the names. Now if it is getting substituted here, so now we have 2 branches. So which will get preference? So since it will has both the same number, one with the lower alphabet will get the preference. So that is 2 chloro, it will be numbered from here, 2 chloro 3 methyl butane. And the substitution on this, so this will get preference because it's the lower numbering, 1 chloro 3 methyl butane. Clear? So these are the 4 different isomeral structures that is possible if there is a monochloro monochlorination. If there is monochlorination, only one chlorine is being replaced. But when it comes to polyhalogenation chlorination, there will be lot of different isomers possible. Plenty of isomers are possible. But when it comes to monochlorination, what are the different isomers possible? Only these four are possible. So if you are calling it by its trivial name, it is again, what is this compound? If you remember it right, this is an pentane with carbon atom with having a branch. Clear? So this is pentane because it's having 5 carbon atoms. So in trivial naming, they will look only the number of carbon atoms, and accordingly they will name this compound. But we will not discuss the name. So just we want to know that, just keep in mind that it is just the pentane with 5 carbon atom. Clear? So we are passing on to the next question. I hope it is clear. Otherwise, you just try to go through this question again. Identify the monochlorostructural isomers. So this is pentane and different isomers of this particular compound, of this particular structure. Clear? Different mono substitute chlorination products are this. അടുത്തത്, among the isomeric alkanes of the molecular formula. So we have again another pentane here. Identify. So they are asking for isomeric alkanes. In the last question they were asking about isomeric monosubstitute of a particular compound, particular structure. ഇവിടെ അവർ ആവശ്യപ്പെടുന്നത് എന്താണ്? മോളിക്കുലാർ ഫോർമുല തന്നിട്ട് അതിൻ്റെ എല്ലാ isomer we have to consider the isomer of pentane. Identify the one that on photochemical chlorination yields. Photochlorination നടത്തുമ്പം ഈ ഐസോമറുകളിൽ ഏതൊക്കെ ഐസോമറുകളാണ് will give a single monochloride. Single monochloride തരുന്നത് നമ്മൾ ഓൾറെഡി കണ്ടു കഴിഞ്ഞു, that is neopentane, isn't it? So among the pentane, it is neopentane that will give only one monochlorinated product. All other isomers will give polychlorinated product. Clear? And one that gives 3 isomeric monochlorides. 3 isomeric monochlorides is given by normal pentane or simply pentane without branches. So you can have substitution here, first carbon atom, primary carbon atom, or here that is the second carbon atom, or here. So these substitutions will give 3 different compounds. If it is substituted here, then it is 1 chloro. If it is substituted here, then it is 2 chloropentane. If it is substituted here, it is 3 chloropentane. That's all. If it is substituted here, it is again 2 chloro, which is like substituting here. ഇവിടെ സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്താലോ അതേ തന്നെയാണ് 1 chloropentane, which is like substituting here. അപ്പം 3 കോമ്പൗണ്ടുകൾ which are the 3 compounds that is possible. Substitution here, substitution here, and substitution here. So definitely it is the isomer, this pentane, normal pentane is the isomer that gives 3 isomeric monochlorides. Then which is the compound that gives 4 isomeric monochlorides? This structure is what we saw in the previous slide. Do you remember this? So it's the same thing, CH3 twice. So instead of that I have separated CH3. So it's the same compound, 2-methyl butane. So please refer to the previous slide to see the isomeric forms. It can be substituted on this one, on this one, on this one, and on this one. So 4 carbon atoms can have substitutions which will give 4 different compounds. Clear? So that's the question from this part regarding the pentane. Thank you.